What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And guys, today we saw a footballing display, bro. Honestly, this is partial revenge. Barcelona, they beat Bayern Munich 4-1 at home, and Robert Lewandowski take about Raphinha. You're the guy, man. He's the man of the hour. And man, let's get into this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm so pumped. We performed. Hey, subscribe if you haven't. Road to 500 subs. We're getting closer there. And let's get into this video. What a performance by Barcelona and Raphinha. Before even talking about the starting lineup, Raphinha was on smoke. And honestly, what I'm seeing is that outside of the El Clasicos, Raphinha is a big game player. It's big game Raphinha. We saw against PSG how many times, he's performed against Atletico, Bilbao, all these times, and Raphinha today, he was on smoke. 30, 40, 50 seconds in, within the first minute, grabbing a goal, rounding Manuel Neuer like it's nothing. And that got the party started, man. And Lamine Yamal today, he was good. And I'm telling you, we have two of the top three wingers in the world, including Vinicius. Lamine and Raphinha are really up there, and they're playing like it too. And Hansi Flick, this was the lineup. It was the standard, probably the best lineup he could have played. Outside Fermin or Olmo was the question, I feel like. Was Olmo fit enough to play a full 90? And no, Fermin, it looks like, was more healthy. And Hansi Flick, he opted for Fermin, and it was the right decision because Fermin, he's tenacious defensively. And also, he got, I think, 2 assists today. And Fermin looked like he didn't miss a beat, honestly. And guys, let's get into it more. I'm saying, Champions League Raphinha. And guys, to win the Champions League, you need to have big game players. Our last Champions League, Messi, he's a big game player. Neymar, big game player. You know what I'm saying? Iniesta. And also, right now, Raphinha, if he can be like that, and Yamal, what I'm noticing is that Yamal is not scared of the occasion either. And that's huge to win the Champions League, And Raphinha, we saw Vinicius, score a hat-trick. And Raphinha, he just topped him. He said, I bet I'm going to score a hat-trick too. And honestly, his last 2 goals were spectacular. Like, they're actually good finish. Cutting in with your weak foot, smacking it, finesse. Manuel Neuer is the goalie. He doesn't care. He does it again, for his hat-trick goal. This guy just places it. Lamine Yamal, though, that pass is brilliant. The way to pass. And Raphinha, let's be honest, guys, it's his day today. Another match ball for Raphinha. He scored a hat-trick against Valladolid. So nobody can say, hey, small game player, what happened to, fake Brazilian? All these names for Raphinha, it doesn't make sense. He can't dribble. He can't dribble, but he can score a hat-trick on you guys, and this is Bayern Munich. And Robert Lewandowski, UCL music, and Robert Lewandowski just turns up because I think he's nearing 100 goals, and he got another one today. Cool, was a tap-in. But honestly, Robert Lewandowski, I would say 8 out of 10 performance. He took his chance well, to be honest. Fermin Lopez, he edged his defender a little push. It was legal. And then he plays in Robert Lewandowski. He taps it in. And Robert Lewandowski, we really tried to play that long ball. He wasn't all the time winning it because Upamecano and also Kim, they're kind of overplaying it, sometimes fouling, but it wasn't getting called. But Robert Lewandowski, he won a fair amount of duels, and he took his chance, so you got to respect it. And the next thing I want to say is that Hansi Flick's system is real because Robert Lewandowski did not look this sharp with Xavi. And I'm not hating on Xavi, but Hansi Flick, at this point, if you can't see that Hansi Flick has a strict system, like with that high line especially, like the first half was kind of like a joke. Like, it didn't seem like a real game of football. The game was so condensed. It was so tight because both teams are so fixated on playing the high line. Bayern Munich, they want to play that high line. Barca want to play theirs. They both want to press. It's two similar teams, but we just took our chances, and it's because Robert Lewandowski's up there. Lamine Yamal, this is what I mean by the occasion. It doesn't really get to him because, nutmeg on Gnabry. Gnabry, he did the right decision. He went for the ball. Lamine was about to lose it in a dangerous position. Lamine Yamal says, okay, I see some open legs, nutmeg time. And Raphinha, Lamine Yamal, there's nothing else to say. These guys are brilliant. And Robert Lewandowski, I loved that he scored, but honestly, I wish he celebrated. It's not like I hate Bayern, but Bayern, we have a history with them. And guys, today, overall, everybody played well, in my opinion, especially the midfield. Especially in that second half, because in the first half, Bayern Munich, I thought that they actually played really well. I feel like they were a little bit unlucky, but hey, we were clinical. We were 3-1 up at halftime. Raphinha was amazing. Pedri and Casado were brilliant once again. Pedri and Casado should be our starting pivot for Real Madrid, in my opinion. Don't change up what's working. Maybe experiment after Real Madrid game because that is very important result. And Thomas Mueller, man, where was this guy, man? Because hey, this guy always trolls Barca, always recording on his Instagram. But today, Thomas Mueller, you lost, and hey, we won. And I'm happy to say that because it's been a long time since I can. And Hansi Flick, man, his team is rocking and is rolling. We're gonna keep going. Hopefully, Raphinha, this guy, 100 games under his belt. This is his third season at Barcelona. And I already said in the video previous, I said, Raphinha, we need to extend his contract because, this guy is ultimately being big in the huge games, and that's what matters because hopefully we win some trophies this year. And Fermin Lopez, he came back. This was his first real game. And Fermin Lopez, man, it was kind of interesting because I wanted Olmo, to be honest, to start. Not Pablo Torre, not as physical. But Fermin Lopez today, I think he took his chance, 2 assists on the night. And Fermin Lopez, this guy's a good player. We seen it last year with Xavi when he introduced him. Fermin Lopez, he could do a job. He's a good player. He's got a strike on him, and he can find a pass. Dani Olmo and Frankie, they came on. They're still recovering from their injuries, getting some minutes in. And Dani Olmo today, he looked all right. Frankie de Jong, still a little bit sluggish. I want to see Frankie as a sub for probably the next 2 weeks before he starts. And I feel like we're still doing good, With Xavi, we were a good side, but with Hansi Flick, we look like a with Xavi, we were a good side, but with Hansi Flick, we ultimately look like a great side. And I think that our squad is good. Laporta, he knows that. Hansi Flick knows that. Hansi Flick's a winner. This guy's not going to make excuses like Xavi did ultimately. That's what lost Xavi his job. He had a good squad, but they weren't playing too good. And then he was complaining about the lack of transfers, which is true. But you just can't show weakness as a Barcelona manager. And Hansi Flick, he's bringing that German mentality of never die. And hey, Hansi Flick's doing his job. He's doing his thing. Laporta, I already said the squad looks great. And we got to beat Real Madrid because I feel like that game is so important. On Saturday in the Santiago Bernabeu, this is probably the best time to play Real Madrid. I know they won against Dortmund, but guys, let's just beat the brakes out of them. I'm going to predict 4-2 because I think that we're just scoring. We're scoring for fun. Real Madrid, they'll probably expose the back line better than Bayern, but I think that we could do a job on them still. Barcelona, just keep playing amazing football. And I feel like the message of today was that Barcelona in a big game, they delivered. And that's, when was the last time that happened? So Hansi Flick and the squad, just keep doing your thing. And hey, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Road to 500 subs, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.